Hello there everyone, this is I am Mark 3 and welcome back to Mechwarrior Online. One of those games with giant stompy robots. And welcome back to an Uziel. Yes, we're taking an Uziel out for a walk today. And this Uziel with a distinct lack of weaponry, with one little exception just here on the shoulder. Yeah, there was a comment on last weekend's video saying, hey, at least you weren't using gauss rifles. Because I don't get along well with gauss rifles, so gauntlet accepted, we have a gauss rifle. Or something like that, I don't know. Anyway, to be specific, this particular Uziel is a UZL-2S variant. And it is actually a really simple loadout. I think it's possibly one of the simplest loadouts I've ever put into one of these videos, just for the sheer lack of diversity in it. So let's go in there and show you what it's got, and then we'll go fighting with it. Okay? Okay, here we go. Mechwarrior. So, what we have here is an Uziel, built on a endosteel structure with ferrofibrous armour, also featuring double heatsinks, but that's a holdover from what it had before, but hey, it fits, so that's fine. It is powered by a 240 rated standard engine because no other engine type would actually fit, and that gives it a OK speed of 77.8 kph in forward gear. The reason the other engines wouldn't fit though is the only weapon system on this particular mech. This Uziel is carrying a heavy gauss rifle. Not a light, not a standard, but a heavy. And because it's so big, that's why no other engine would fit. In this case, this gauss rifle is carrying 5 tons of ammunition for it as well, which gives it a total of 25 shots. So, quite a bit in terms of ammunition, just to make sure it doesn't run dry, but it also leaves us with absolutely nothing by way of backup or alternate weaponry. Nothing whatsoever. On the plus side, our heat management rating is 2 out of 2 because no heat really. Oh, and lastly, we've got a single double heatsink just stuck here in the side torso because our engine rating is below 250, just to get a little bit of extra weight for a little bit of extra ammunition. If I actually increased it to a 250 rated engine, I'd have to take out a ton of ammunition for it as well as the heatsink. So, you know, slightly lower, bit more ammunition. And besides, it's only like another 4 or 5 kilometers an hour full speed for a 250 engine, so there's no point. Not really. Beyond that though, I have stripped out armour from the arms to make some extra room, but I've left the CT and legs relatively intact, but this is very much a support fire mech only. Not even my usual version of support, which is like I tend to wade in at half the time. No, this one has to stay back and perform sort of a mid-range sniper role, more than anything else. But it has to stay close to the team as well, because if something gets too close to it, it's probably going to die. Quite quickly, actually. But yeah, that is my loadout for this particular run. So, let's go and see how this Hollander wannabe gets along, shall we? Roll on match number 1.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gents. Welcome to HPG Manifold. The game mode is Assault. So it's going to turn into a brawl most likely, unless someone sneaks past us and tries to catch it instead. Anyway, I mentioned this was like a Hollander wannabe. Just before I loaded into the match. And that's because this design does kind of take inspiration from a Hollander, and it is, all intents and purposes, actually mimicking a Hollander as well, pretty much. For those that don't know or didn't catch it, quite a while back I did mention the Hollander series mechs were one of, well, were a contender for maybe one of my most favoured mechs designs of all, because I just really like it.
Target acquired.
Oh, I mean, Locust, great. I'm going to have to watch out for him. And stay near my allies, very much so. Starting to charge cycle just to get a bit of a feel for it. Feels a bit like a bombast laser, honestly, in that respect, with the charge cycle and stuff like that. Though it looks like the enemy's got to get the high ground there.
Thanks.
Oh, that was something. Yeah. And that's actually why I don't really like Gausses that much. And
UAV up in Delta 6.
because quite simply, you have to charge it up, then let it go once the enemy has been found, and the enemy's pushing around us.
New target acquired.
Yeah, that's their mediums now. They are pushing in behind us. Oh, great. At least we seem to have the high ground though, so I'm going to go up here and see if I can find someone to shoot at. Turn off that, at least for the moment. Wind it up. Yep, there we go. Oop. Got some. Ow! Okay. Yeah, they didn't like that. Unfortunately, I stuck my neck out a bit too much, and they are NASCARing so darn hard. I hate it when people NASCAR. Just kill them. Oops. And held it down a bit too much and accidentally shot. Okay. Right. Yeah. So it's a bit of a tricky weapon to use, and I don't really like it that much.
New target
Oh great, there's
acquired.
actually a king crab coming up the hill. This is going really badly.
Warning, incoming
Oh,
missile.
damn it. Oh, pardon my language. Don't like that.
Target spotted.
They are pushing really hard. They are actually getting ahead. Also,
Arm critical damage.
no, my arm. Done. Yeah. Okay.
Target destroyed.
They just swung around behind us and rolled us up really, really hard.
Target acquired. Left arm destroyed.
Oh no, my left arm! I don't care about that. For flip's sake.
Target destroyed.
I'm actually hitting. I'm very surprised with how much I'm hitting, honestly. No, that's not a target. Allow it to wind down. Oh, oh there's a target. Yeah. Ooh,
Target
I think I caught the
acquired.
locust. Ugh. No, leave me alone. Leave me alone, you
destroyed.
bugger. No, my heatsink.
Warning, incoming missile.
Ow.
Right torso
No.
destroyed.
Sorry.
Gauss ammo destroyed.
Oh no, my gauss rifle! Ow. What the 207, I'm very surprised I actually got that much, but jeez. And that's the other problem with wind-up weapons, they can actually be quite distracting when you're trying to get a grip on it. It's like, I more or less stopped talking there going, I'm just focused on wind it up, let it go. Wind it up, let it go. Wind it up, let the slug go. And so, jeez. But yeah, they came up around us and rolled us up really hard.
Right arm destroyed. Heat level critical.
So that was just like,
Right
so
torso
bad that.
critical damage. Right.
Yeah. 5 to 12. Our assault weights did try to put up a fight back there, but unfortunately all of their faster units got in around the back and just murdered us all. So 3 kill assists out of the 5 we actually took down. 207 damage done. All component wrecked. Yeah. That's not a good situation to be in. I also completely lost my train of thought. Ugh. Okay, roll on match number 2. And hopefully I'll be able to talk a bit more in this one. Jeez.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Fleet command coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to match number 2. The map is Caustic Valley. That's a lot of missiles. The game mode is Domination. And yes, I looked at the loading screen. I still don't know these things off by heart. Oh dear. Oh well, let's just follow this guy around here and avoid the pollution and all that jazz. Right. So the wind-up time, I think, is why I don't tend to like Gauss rifles very much. Because it's like wind up, let go, wind up, let go, wind up, let go. Very much like that. That's also, I think, why I didn't like the bombast laser when it appeared in Mechwarrior 4. Though the bombast laser is definitely an unusual footnote in the laser family tree. And honestly, it's one that could appear in Mechwarrior Online. The timing is about right for it. So, maybe they'll add that at some point, I don't know. But the bombast laser produced a very bright glow as it charged up. So it's basically a charge laser with variable damage output and heat build-up and stuff like that, depending on how long you wind it up before you let it go. But I digress. I mentioned that this is like the Hollander. I got distracted, but more exactly, this Uziel is functionally kind of like a Hollander 2. The original Hollander is a 35-ton... He's not on my toe! Look, Sunstrider. The original Hollander was a 35-ton Gauss rifle carrier, built just around a sniper role. And, oh, we got another NASCAR roll going on. Damn it. Oh, I actually hit him. Woo! Right. Yeah, notice how I stopped there while I was lining up the shot and thinking, can I hit him, can I hit him? But then, blop, hit him. So the wind-up is the problem. The thing is, wait, yeah. The Hollander was a 35-ton, right? They increased the weight to a 45-ton to make the Hollander 2. So they could add extra weaponry to it, because the Hollander had the same issue as my mech has, which is like no backup weaponry. But then, due to demand from, I think it was the Living Commonwealth, I have got it up beside me actually, but I'm not going to look away and check. Ooh! Ow. Luckily it was on the other shoulder there. Because of demand from someone who was interested in buying the mech, they actually brought out a version of the Hollander 2, which is the... I'm actually going to look now, one moment. The F7 type, there we go. The only other alternate Hollander 2 variant, which was built like this one. A 45-ton mech with a heavy Gauss rifle as its only weapon system. And that was it. So, yeah, this is basically like a slightly heavier Hollander 2 in terms of how it's going. And yes, I am getting used to this a little bit more now. The good thing about the Gauss is very much its projectile speed. But then again, I think that's why there's a wind-up as well. Like, I think the wind-up is, as I was mentioning this before, it's like it's something that seems to be unique to Mechwarrior Online. I don't recall any of the other first-person ones having Gauss rifle wind-up in them. No, please, out. Right.
New target
That
acquired.
Annihilator is killing my ally, I think. But I'm going to see if I can help out a little bit. No one's noticed me, which is good. Oh, I've just noticed though that most of my teams are dead though. Oh no, my ally died.
Destroyed.
There. No. I duel with you, Annihilator, though there is an enemy behind me, I know. Ugh. I might actually get to kill him as well.
Left arm critical damage.
What the heck am I
Right
doing?
torso critical damage. Left arm destroyed.
Ugh. Leave me alone.
Explosion detected. Right leg critical
Oh,
damage.
explosion. The only thing that could explode in my mech is actually the gauss rifle. Ow.
Hostiles are taking control of the
And that was the last down too. Huh, how did that happen? Well, so yeah, this is basically like a Hollander 2 F7 type, heavy gauss only. I think the wind-up is more purely Mechwarrior Online, I just don't remember it being in all the games. But then again, it might have been. I don't remember it being so though. It's been a while since I played one of the other ones. 367 though, 2 assists, so I did quite a bit of damage there actually, because I survived a while. And I had things to constantly shoot at as well. But yeah, this seems to be a fairly decent build. It brings the power of the heavy gauss, but you've got to survive and stay untargeted, I think is probably the best way to put it, with a mech like this. The raw DPS, though, from the heavy gauss was not as much compared to, like, if I'd been using lighter weaponry. So it's very much a specialist build, like one shot, duck out of sight again, kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, not too bad. That went better than expected, though. So, this has been I'm Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll catch you all some other time. Yes, indeed. See you all later.